Hi fam, you remember last year June when we had the Gen Z-led movement, the Gen Z uprising that brought about a lot of political awareness and a lot of changes that we are actually experiencing today. So that movement, the Kenyan Gen Z revolution, actually inspired so many countries and so many Gen Zs across the globe to use the same blueprint to criticize and question and scrutinize their governments. So one of the countries that used the same blueprint and used it really good was Bangladesh. So the Bangladeshi youth, they used the same Kenyan Gen Z uprising movement, and they brought about a lot of changes in Bangladesh. So that time, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh was a lady, and her name is, I think, Sheikh Hasina. And during that movement, she ordered a lot of killings that happened during that time, because you all remember the Bangladeshi movement went for almost more than 2 weeks. They were in the streets more than 2 weeks. So there was a lot of killings, there was a lot of damages that went on. So now, in Bangladesh, they have this court that is similar to ICC, International Criminal Court, but now it's based in Bangladesh. So Sheikh Hasina had to flee for exile in India, where she has been staying there for the longest time. But now, it didn't stop the Bangladeshi people and the government to continue processing her, her court case, so that, she can take responsibility as the prime minister, and she ordered a lot of killings to happen. So her, the police bosses, and so many other people that were involved has actually been taken to court, and the case has been going on. But now the most shockingly thing is she has been found guilty of so many contempts. Are they called contempts? Or so she has been found guilty of 2 counts. One, that she deserves to stay in prison for the rest of her life, and the second one, that she's actually supposed to face death penalty. Her and a lot of people. I mean, if you look at this and the things that is happening, it's telling you that it doesn't matter, regardless of how powerful you are or the position that you're holding for that moment, the power is transient. And I hope the African leaders, I hope the Kenyan leaders are actually learning from this.
A court in Bangladesh is delivering a verdict in the trial of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She's facing charges of crimes against humanity. Security forces killed hundreds of people during a student-led uprising in July and August last year. Hasina is accused to have ordered the shootings. The protests ended Hasina's 15 years in office. She's been in exile in India since then. Let's go live to our correspondent on the ground in Dhaka, Tanveer Chowdhury. So a 50-page judgment being read for the last few hours, Tanveer. What do we know so far about this verdict?
Well, as of yes, the sentence actually been spelled out. And what we know so far from the courtroom is that Hasina has been found guilty in 2 counts. Probably there are 3 other counts. In 1 count, she's been found guilty and given life sentence, and in another count, she's been found guilty and given death sentence. As for the Home Minister, who is also absconding out of the country, he's been found guilty in 1 count and has been given death sentence. The former police chief, who's a key witness to the state, he has been shown leniency. He's found guilty in 1 count, but given only a sentence of 5 years. We will know more on the other 3 counts, what are the sentences.
I really wish that the African people would use the same blueprint. People like Akina Lagat, the IG Lagat, people like Akina Murkomen, who ordered people to be shot at, the president who ordered people to be shot on their legs, like lives don't matter. I hope we can learn from this kind of blueprints, because power is transient. This is a life lesson that our politicians are supposed to learn. And this is something that the whole entire country and the continent of Africa is supposed to learn. Like, nobody's going to go to get away with none of these humanity, criminal organizations and crimes that they do. And then they expect that because they hold power and they have some money that they can just exit and go to exile whenever they want. It's a good example that is going to, I don't know what is your opinion, but I kind of like think the same thing that happened in Kenya around June 25th when we lost a lot of youthful young men and women during the Gen Z uprising. It's the same thing that is supposed to happen. Whatever that is happening in Bangladesh today, and Sheikh Hasina is going to serve life imprisonment or death sentence, it's supposed to happen to the same leaders in Kenya. Probably to Ruto, Murkomen, IG Lagat, and all the other cocoons that are in the same basket. Anyway, it's just my opinion, and I'm just saying that, of course, trying to look at whatever that is happening right now in Bangladesh. I don't know what is your opinion, but I kind of like think this is a really good move that has been taken by the Bangladeshi people to make sure that justice is served and to show people that there is nobody who is above the law. Nobody who is above the law. Not the president, not the prime minister, not the minister of interior, not the IG of the police, none of them. But the people remains to be superior, and the power always belongs to the people. I didn't say that. The Constitution of Kenya, Article 1 states that. So